Hi guys, today we're talking about resonant frequencies, how to identify them in your mix, how to pull them out if you need to. Let's check it out. So what are resonant frequencies? They are specific pitches in any sound source that naturally vibrate most strongly. But let's take a listen to this loop and find these frequencies ourselves. So on here I have proQ 3, create a bell EQ. And you want the Q to be quite narrow, like that. And you sweep through the frequency spectrum and find the ones that are ringing the most. So there's one here at around 1.9K. And what you do is you just pull them out. Now you can pull them out quite a lot. 12 dB, 14 dB, but it depends on how it sounds in context with your full mix. So let's go ahead and find another one. There's definitely one there at about 7.2K. Pull that out. Maybe narrow the Q a bit. We go back to the other one. So let's take a listen to our open hat, see if we can find any on there. Narrow the Q, boost it. Ooh, definitely one there. Quite a ringing going on. Pull that guy out. Usually I would do about 2, maybe 3 of these cuts because you don't want to take away everything from your sound source. Let's find another one here. Just pull that one out there. And I would say usually I would cut around only minus 6 dB, depending on what it sounds like, if it's too ringy. So let's pull this one back to about minus 7. Let's take a listen to what it sounds like in the full mix. Then we can A and B them, test what they sound like. So I'll turn the closed hats off. Turn them both off. A little bit ringy. Put them back on. Sounding a lot better, as you can hear. So you can apply this method on mainly your cymbals, I would say, like hi-hats and rides, crashes, but you can also apply them to your lead synths if you want to pull out some resonant frequencies on there. Let's take a listen to this Acid Synth and see what we can find. Definitely one there. And just pull that out. Can do another one somewhere around here. And in this case, I would probably only just pull out 6 or even 5 dBs because I don't really want to take away from that lead synth too much. Again, depending on what it sounds in the full mix. So as you can hear, in the mix, you're taking out these resonant peaks and giving space for other things to sit in the mix. But I would mainly use it on your cymbals, because you don't want to go too harsh on taking away too much information from your leads or your synths. Right, so that's one method, which I'm sure a lot of you have already doing in your mixes, and that's all good and well. You can actually use, instead of using proQ, you can use any stock EQ that you have in your DAW. But the other way of doing it is using Soothe2, which a lot of you already know by now, which is a lot more intelligent way of taking out these harsh frequencies. It is quite expensive, but there is a rent to own function where you can pay off in monthly installments and you can own the plugin after all the payments. Highly recommend Soothe2. Instead of using just the EQ to pull out the resonant frequencies. So we have my hi-hats, and what I've done is I've sent them to a group channel. On that group channel, I have the Soothe2. This is it within Cubase. So on the group channel, I have Soothe2, and I have just the preset, factory preset of harsh hi-hat, just as a starting point. What we can do, you can use the EQ that you have on your hi-hats as a guiding point. So my closed hats are at 2.1K or something. The other point is at 7K. So what we can do is go to Soothe2, and this is in the soft mode. So we go to 2K, around about here. Another notch at 7K, around there. And then we have our open hats, smaller notch at about 7K and another one at 12K. So let's create another notch over here, do a similar setting. Q needs to be a lot smaller, like that, 12K. And basically use your EQ as a guiding point. Turn that off. Let's take a listen to these hi-hats with Soothe2. This is in the soft mode, so it's not going to be affecting the signal that much. With Soothe2, it gives you all the prompts if you hover the mouse over everything, and it tells you how everything works, so I won't get into that. So let's switch it to hard mode. And push the depth a little bit more. It's a bit too harsh. And let's A and B that. Turn it off. So Soothe2 is a lot more smarter way of EQing out these resonant frequencies. Both methods can work, but Soothe2 is definitely, a much more intelligent plugin which reacts to your signal in a smart way. And rather than using an EQ to pull out your frequencies completely, Soothe2 does it in a better way, and you have a lot more control over the signal. That sounds about good there. Let's play it in context with the full loop. I'll turn it off. Turn it back on. Pull it back a bit. So there you go, guys. That's how you remove resonant frequencies. I recommend using Soothe2 or the EQ method. You can use any stock EQ in your DAW. If you've made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It'll help me out. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.